a specialist doctor at East Surrey Hospital who's worked in the UK for 16 years, is now facing deportation after her application for indefinite leave following the breakup of her marriage was refused. Dr Shashi Awai, who's originally from Nepal, hasn't been able to work at the ear, nose and throat department for 18 months now while her application's been processed.
But the hospital has been unable to replace her because of her particular skills and say she was a highly valued member of their team. A petition calling for the Home Office to allow Dr Awai to stay in the UK has been signed by nearly 2,500 people. Lucinda Adam reports.
This is my General Medical Council registration certificate that it says that I'm now a registered doctor in United Kingdom.
She's a highly qualified doctor, but Shashi Awai hasn't been able to work or even volunteer in healthcare for a year and a half.
Me, if I'm not a doctor, then that's losing myself. That what I am. Then, if I cannot use my skill and education to help people, a part of me is almost dead.
Dr Awai was born in Nepal. She came to the UK in 1992 after completing her medical training in Russia. She arrived on a student visa, but was then granted the right to remain. But in 2015, the breakdown of her marriage meant she had to reapply. This summer, after a lengthy bureaucratic process, her application was refused. Senior ear, nose and throat clinicians from East Surrey Hospital have written to the government pleading Dr Awai's case. They describe her as an extremely valuable member of the team. They say for over a year they've not been able to fill her position, because doctors of a similar level of experience and ability are challenging to find.
The reality is that the current system is not fit for purpose, and doctors who are highly qualified and highly trained professionals are being forced to return to their countries of origin, which is leaving the NHS completely underserviced with doctors.
An online petition set up by the local Labour Party group calling for Dr Awai to be granted leave to remain has been signed by nearly 2,500 people.
To see a doctor unable to work, sitting at home, waiting on an immigration case while the hospital haven't been able to fill her position, it's just absurd, and it really shows up the completely erratic and clueless system that we're currently under the Conservative government.
In a statement today, the Home Office said they're reviewing Dr Awai's case. Shashi is now engaged to fiancé Ian, but they can't marry while the government holds her passport and documents. They're now seeking a judicial review of the deportation order.
Oh, well, Lucinda Adam joins me now. Lucinda, it's a rather extraordinary situation, isn't it? Why has the Home Office said that Dr Awai has to go?
Well, she says that she's lived and worked here continuously for 16 years. The Home Office says there's a short gap in her visas in 2010. She says that's wrong, she never left, it's an administrative error, but the Home Office says that means she doesn't meet the criteria to get indefinite leave. So her latest application was on a human rights basis. She has a job here, a home here, a fiancé, but that's the one that's been refused. So why can't she go home to Nepal? Well, firstly, she hasn't been there for 26 years, but also she says she's not eligible to work as a doctor in the state service there because she's over 40 and they won't employ her. But this is part of a much wider problem, a shortage of some 10,000 doctors across the UK, and immigration issues like this are a part of that.
OK, Lucinda, thank you.
The family of an East Sussex teenager with special educational needs are planning to